Hey guys, so for this video, I'll be showing my collection for Jonghyun. Today's also his birthday, so I wanted to make something for him today. Um, just like as a little quick little story, or not even story, just my experience with Jonghyun in my life. I started listening to Shiny around 2008, so really remember listening to Amigo all the time, and I was just kind of I was like, oh, why does this Asian song have the word amigo, which means friend in Spanish? And ever since then, I just listened to Shiny's music, and I learned so much about the members over time, and I got to grow up listening to their music. So obviously Shiny holds a really special place in my heart because I basically listened to them since the start. So it's been 10 years since I've listened to Shiny, and from out of all the members, the member that really stood out for me in the beginning was Jonghyun. I loved his voice. His parts were always my favorite, and I think he was just the center of Shiny. And what really kept the group really together, because not only was he just the main vocalist, he was involved with the song production, songwriting, and a few of the title tracks that Shiny released were written by him or produced by him. So songs like Juliet, he got to write the lyrics for it. He got the right to lyrics for View. Yeah, and then he wrote a lot of other songs for other members and participated in the discography for other artists as well. So he definitely was a big influence in the K-pop scene, and I think that was underappreciated because most people just talked about like G-Dragon or Junhyun from Beast or now Highlight. So I think he's definitely up there when it comes to just being such a just important artist within the K-pop or just Korean music in general. So I'll be showing my albums now. So that was like a little story time, I guess. And yes, so the first album is Jonghyun's first mini album, Bass. I think there's two versions for this. One is like with the white cover, so with this one, and then one with the black one. But you can remove this as well. So here's the CD plate, and then you get something right here, and it says, just like my body stretch marks were a part of my growing pains, we will have move on endlessly while enduring the pain, under the belief of my growth, and this world growth, because the pain creates the room for takeoff. I thank you for the stretch that pushed me forward. As always, I need you. So then you get an advertisement. I always got Jonghyun's albums brand new, but I just usually take out the photo cards. So you get a track listing. So you get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs, I think. So this is kind of like a full-length album, and this is like a darker type of concept. And then musically, this is very soulful R&B. It's very him. So if you expect his albums to sound like Shiny's music, definitely it's not. And this is what I really enjoyed about the solos in SM, is the fact that each of the solos that come from groups, you can tell SM gave them a lot of freedom when it came to just picking a specific sound and the song selection, the concepts. It fits those members' personality and music taste, especially if you know how, like, if you are really just familiar with the group and each specific member, you can tell like it's definitely them. And I've always seen that they've done a great job with all the solos. So SM has just been improving on that part. And just these photos are great. It fits with the, even the photo books like fit well with the sound of the album. Like, it's so well thought out. Then this is kind of like a project that he had. Well, let me put this back here. This one's a little bit more jazzy, and he didn't want, I would say, I don't know, I'm just guessing, I guess he didn't want to be too focused on him, and just more on the song, so you don't get any pictures in here. It's just drawings. I'm not sure if he drew these or what, but if anyone knows, please fill me in on that, because yeah, but definitely interesting little pictures and drawings, so definitely. This is not my favorite from him, but I appreciate this album. And then this is like an evolution process for him for this album. This is his first full-length album, She Is. So he took basically the songs from bass, or the sound from bass, and just implemented kind of like house, electro, pop music, not EDM, but just kind of electric pop, synths and stuff like that into this, and still mix it with his R&B soulful, sound. And obviously, I don't know, I feel like Jonghyun's stuff was just well prepared, like as a package and as a release. But one thing I didn't like about this promotion is that during this time, SM was just releasing like a solo or an album like every week. And I think that a lot of people just were not expecting Jonghyun to just suddenly release an album. And then I think Luna had an album that time. And then Taeyeon, and then we got EXO. It was just all over the place. And I think that people overlooked this release. But it doesn't mean it was bad. I think this one's a lot better than Bass for my musical taste. But then again, we at least got the album, So I think it's just SM trying to release as many things as possible before like EXO came back. So yes. And then you get the one. I don't know if I showed the spine for these two, but here's the spine. Then you get, and then the concept definitely, like, it shows that like the pictures fit the songs. So like on bass, it was more like darker theme, and these songs are a lot more playful. So the photos are more playful, more bright. So it's just like I was saying, it's well thought out. Like even the photos have to do with the song content, which is not the same case for a lot of K-pop albums, but it definitely fits with the vibe of this release. And you get random photos like him eating peanut butter. And the pink hair is even, I love the pink hair. I think it fit him well. Oh, Jonghyun. And I love these colors. It's just fun. This screams to me K-pop. Like, no, nothing else. Like, I don't know. He's one of the few people I think that can just pull this off effortlessly. Like, look at him. That's a great shot. Oh, Jonghyun. These photos are so playful. And I love the colors for this. I don't know, it's just great. The credits and then the track listing. You do get 9 songs in this. So it's not too many songs for a full-length album. It's just about what you would say a full-length album is. Okay, then we have his second story up. This one's a little bit more ballady than any of his releases. Out of the story ups, this one's my favorite. Obviously, when you have two of my favorite singers in K-pop make a collaboration, you know, I'm gonna be here for it. So he made a collaboration with Taeyeon from Girls' Generation, and this is like the perfect type of collaboration for me, because not only it's just two good singers, it's two of my favorite people in K-pop. So you do get how many songs in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs. And the title track is called Lonely. And there's also two versions for this. Here's the spine. And it's just, this is probably my least favorite packaging for him. But you do get the CD right here. And then here's the photo book. I don't know if I left the photo card in here. Maybe I did. And again, like his story out photo books, I feel like they're just they just fit well with the vibe. So this is not like particularly a K-pop, I would say a K-pop album, but here, that's the photo card. That's a really unique photo card too. I do know for a fact that the photo books are different for the other version of this story app. Or yeah, I'm sure. These pictures are great. Like, it just fits with the concept of the songs. Oh, Jonghyun. Yes, so this packaging is a little bit delicate, so I would just take really good care of these. This is kind of like the only packaging that's not similar to his regular albums. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but SHINee's, so at least it keeps with like the size. SHINee's solos fit with all of the members' solos, except I would get the project with Key and Woohyun from Infinite. That's like the only different packaging that I would say for solo stuff. But Jonghyun and Taemin's solo stuff in Korea has the same packaging. And then the last release that Jonghyun had was his second studio album, Poet Artist. I don't know why it says basic here. I don't know, but and then you get something right here. We can be together in this space while being on the other side of the earth. We can be together at any time, not just at 12 o'clock. Physical, I guess I'll put it right here. Okay. Physical matters certainly remained indifferent in our space. I only hope for this to never cease. I hope the space that belongs to you and me be the site for anyone to rest in tranquility. I hope for our memories to rise in reminiscences and embrace you like no other. This is dedicated to those who have created our space together. Thank you. So it's called Poet Artist, and I think that's a perfect title for his his last album. Here's the spine. It just describes him so well. I think Jonghyun was an artist, he was a poet, and he was just overall just an angel in my opinion. He just had this special voice that can really touch everyone's heart. So like his first release, this can come off. So you don't get a photo card in this, so it's completely like understandable. But and I would say I would put this as my favorite release from Jonghyun. I think this was fits more my musical taste. Every song here is great. the standout song for me is definitely Rewind. I think that fits our runway. Like in Korea, they need to play that song to be in the runway. And the photos again fit with the concept with the songs. I love this photo book so much. He just looks great. The music video is beautiful. I loved everything. He definitely wanted this to be for the fans. Oh. He looks great here. This is probably my favorite photo book, to be honest. Oh. Yes, Jonghyun, yes. He's with the disco ball. He's such a king. I always call him King Jonghyun. Like, the disco ball. Like, this album is meant for dancing. And you get a last photo with Shiny, which is really sad, but just really sweet. And then, oh, brothers and sisters in Christ. Oh. So that's the last one. The album that we have with Jonghyun. This is all his solo stuff. I will make a video. I guess I will include these albums as well for my Shiny updated collection. Luckily, I have every single Korean album. Thank you. I got so lucky because I'd always kept up with Shiny and their discography in Korea, but sometimes I would just forget to get the repacks because I just get too excited with just the main release. So I finally have Hello and Married to the Music, which were the only things I was missing from Shiny's discography. And then in Japan, I'm only missing the first and DXDXD. So yeah, and then this is how it looks like when you put it all together. So it's just great. It looks great when you put it like that. Like how so kind of a tip for those who are trying to collect Jonghyun, I would start now because you never know with SM, with the album printing. I do know probably the Poet Artist album will be out, I would say, for like about 2 years. In terms of just printing, or just being safe regarding like just them stopping like making more copies for it. I'm glad that they did well physically. I think it's his best-selling album too. But definitely get his stuff as soon as possible because I know that some sellers are selling his things overpriced, which is not fair. Even though there were still a few albums still in print, I don't think it's fair to sell albums for fans who were trying to get his music and then sell it for like $200 for just one album when in reality it just costs like $18. So definitely get yourself a copy as soon as possible. It's better to be safe than sorry. Like I was saying, hopefully I'll upload my collection for Shiny after my trip to Japan, and I get to, let's cross my fingers, I get to find those two Japanese albums because I don't think I'll be getting this Japanese singles, but I definitely want to get their full-length albums. But yeah, so again, happy birthday to Jonghyun. Thank you so much for everything you've done for my life because I did grow up listening to his music and listen to Shiny. It's just a big influence to me. So whenever I listen to any of these songs, it just takes me back to a place in my life. And those are the type of things you can take away from a person because you can take away all these albums, but even when I listen to this music and Shiny's music, it brings to me like memories, which I will always treasure in my life, like definitely. So I don't know what Shiny's gonna do for their 10th year anniversary. It is confirmed that Jonghyun recorded a lot of songs for SHINee's studio album that was supposed to be released last year. I don't know if they'll include them into the album. Whatever decision they make, I hope the members get a say in that. I think that SM is going to respect whatever decision that they will make. So who knows? I hope that they release it because, or release the songs that they recorded with Jonghyun, since it is SHINee's 10th year anniversary and he is a big component of the group. And you know, he did record the songs and maybe he wrote some of them, but at least we got the album that was that he made for the fans. So please purchase his latest album. And obviously, if you're wanting to collect, my best advice and tip is just start getting them now, because you never know if they're gonna stop making copies. Because I'm not 100% sure if SM's just made more, like started printing more albums for his older stuff, and then not only for Jonghyun but for SHINee as well. So if you're wanting to collect both Jonghyun and SHINee, definitely get into that right now. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll be making more of these type of collection videos. This year I'm completing a lot of collections, so I got to complete Jonghyun in just this past month, so, and SHINee as well. So I'll be doing SHINee probably in a few months if I do end up getting the Japanese albums that I'm missing. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day, great week, and I hope everyone's doing just well in general. Bye.